Looks like you're awake.
Yep.
I prepared some breakfast today. Please.
It's nice to have you.
Well, now that I've recovered from Alizar, I'm feeling better.
And Paimon bets they're all delicious.
Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night.
Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. Oh, it's from We're going to hold a feast at the As heroes of Sumeru, please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you.
Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. Sometimes I'm really envious of Oh,
anyway, let's go to the Grand...
Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform...
Ah, good morning. How do you feel today?
We feel much better. How about...
I'm recovering well.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be...
It's fine. I'm not... The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Apasia.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better...
Yes, but there are still some... The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing...
By the way, we have some good news. Sino got his position...
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned it to me before.
Huh? You mean he was already here?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you.
And you probably already know all about the...
Celebration feast?
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that they...
Perhaps.
Come to think of it, Sino doesn't seem like the type... You and Kale are both Sino's close friends.
Kale has taken over some of my tasks these days. You see, some VIPs have come...
Huh?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have been...
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wronged. When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first. As a result, work has increased for the...
That sounds really exciting.
There's nothing we can do, but that's another topic. Back to the matter.
Right! We're here to request permission to head out.
You've recovered well. You may go.
Yay!
Get your spices here. We've got all kinds.
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time.
Mr. Zubair, I finished telling things up here. Well...
Is a simple reply really...
Oh, it'll be fine.
I was thinking the same thing.
Hey, Nilu!
Traveler, Paimon.
We got your letters, so here we are!
You're the best.
Huh?
Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to all.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of... Nilou is Sumeru's #1...
If you consider enjoying Nilou's dance as having good taste, then because Paimon thinks everybody will love her
That's right. We all think Nilou is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Master Zubair. Let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time.
Nonsense! It is not for us to determine. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good...
Ooh, good idea.
You guys are so funny.
There's always a lot going on at the...
Yeah, and that's why Traveler and Paimon, could you help if for some reason they didn't receive the letters, then...
Yeah, we can also check out how everything...
When I wrote As for Sino, I'm not too sure about Ramon's whereabouts. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler. We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask that Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has gone to the House of but you're already the second group of people
Oh? Who?
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the Satan.
No way. What?
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe...
Alhaitham should be around here somewhere, right? Oh, he's over there! But it looks...
Just put down that worthless book and tell me...
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway.
Oh, you sound surprised.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me.
Well,
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar.
Why do I feel...
What makes you say that?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment. And anyone who knows you is...
Oh, you see? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. You're
It seems that you're...
Ha!
Well, then you might as well move on.
Are you threatening me? Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy?
Don't get me started!
So, what great building did
Like I need to tell you. Keep your...
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were...
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance, which is truly unfortunate, I can only pity... Hold on, wait a second.
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha!
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices have...
Huh? What?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darsh...
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Oh, it's you
We're running some errands for Nilou.
Letter?
Nilou said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar.
If she addressed the letter to all Haytham of the Academia, then I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office.
Have you always been...
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have...
Tighnari told us they all went to train in the Ovidia Forest.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned...
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels...
Yes, at least that's how there's... It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans, attaching themselves to the 6 great schools, have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the Academia. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6. Among the 6 great sages, there is, unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they...
Yes. Normally, new sage...
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Yes, about that. You didn't... The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar.
Huh? But... what?
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages.
Oh, all right. So are you busy these days trying to find others to take the job?
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's app.
By the way...
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the... Which is exactly why he
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumeru.
Such is the work of the Academia.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you were our
All right.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while.
Dunyarzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far... I don't know if you've heard, but Alazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure that...
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now.
Why do you still call me that, Tia?
I guess I'm just used to call.
Resignation?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered.
So what are you gonna do now if you're...
I want to take a risky job.
Huh? But
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me realize that life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru.
Well, I remember a friend.
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect...
we just came from talking with Alhaitham at the...
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come...
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time to find...
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither.
Ugh, forget about it. Alhaitham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight.
But you know, if you take him up on the... because you're super...
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have sight. In fact, I chose this job from the very start.
Even if being a mercenary means face...
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard is...
I don't want to see you go.
I'm glad to hear you. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never... Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will tick. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed.
Huh? But wait...
Well, no, not yet at least.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this...
Oh, did...
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she...
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that... My lady has been very energetic lately and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even at...
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so the old man on duty is...
So what it really said...
I bet the letter's at the reception desk.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing...
Sorry to make you two come all...
It must be something important for Nilou to...
Yes! She said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and we'll...
Great! I'll be sure to...
Count me in, too. But is there some sort of dress...
Since it's being organized by Nilou, I don't think she'll be too picky about that.
All right, then.
The feast will be held in 2 days, so don't...
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us know.
Oh, by the way, do you have...
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a...
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in art. As for Rahman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to... Don't mention it.
All right, I'm torn. It's been a while since we last visited Aruv. Ah, there's Sino.
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tainari agreed to let us leave. So now we're...
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment.
And Tainari is...
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness.
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical...
But why are you just standing...
I'm meeting some...
Oh!
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual... But you know one of the...
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't...
Roman!
Oh, you...
Oh, well,
Don't worry, these are our friends.
I see.
I'm doing well.
Same here. Really, I feel...
Oh, tell...
Yeah.
All right, well, I suppose I've decided to leave the...
What?
It's not that I've given up on being I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar.
I can...
I plan to leave the academia and
Wow! So you...
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with me and hoped that I could bring her ideas to the eremites.
Yes. It's my hope that the eremites can help me select a group of smart... That is the true meaning of education.
The people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. The stars have always guided caravans, thieves, soldiers, and travelers who get lost in the night. They lead those in the dark out of trouble and back to safety.
Oh, please. Where's all of this?
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger and don't fear death.
Sataria's idea will bring much good to many people.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows that, as you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. As if there were... Sataria, you tread a treacherous path. Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Miss.
These words sparked something in me. And I knew that I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the Academia. Lord Sino told me that Azar didn't belong there anymore.
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have been too light.
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the Academia for the desert, and accompanied my plan was able to go smoothly thanks to him and—
You're all doing so much.
Aside from that, I also—
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the— I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the Academia, and sent them to several groups.
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other—
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to teach in the desert. I'll let you and Sataria know as soon as I have any more news. We must be persistent about this, and maintain these resources.
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a— Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the desert dwellers.
Enough about us.
No, not at all. Neva wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters... A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's... although, judging from your appearance, it's...
Celebration? Feast? It's the first act?
Tainari was right.
This feast is for you, Sino.
It's rare to see that kind of expression.
No, not really.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need—
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. All the messages. I'm sorry for how I treated you before. But now I understand the beauty of your dance. It's like a light shining in you, and the art you symbolize are not only beautiful, but also lively and powerful. Please keep dancing. And someday, I'll be able to...
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino?
Got it.
Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some.
But we're not late, are we?
I propose that the last one.
Nah, there won't be any speeches to.
Oh, really?
Come join us over here. Let's share some
Everything looks.
Wow, Paimon can't wait! Whoa, it's...
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And everyone that came said that you saved.
Ah, feels kind of nice to be seen as a hero.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You.
My lady sure has a way with words. Thanks. I'm glad to hear.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of...
That's how I remember.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even moreover, judging...
Yeah. Everyone gave it their all. It was almost like a performance. Everyone played their part. And thanks to...
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able...
Yes! Even after being abandoned and neglected so many times. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised.
No,
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew...
Even if those two giants of the academia are here, those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali you... If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle.
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali cost...
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his...
I respect our deity's decision, and while we're on this topic...
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from...
Could you try to put it another way?
But seriously though, I always wondered if you had...
I did have my own motive. But if the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then...
By that, you mean your life working as the academia's...
Precisely.
Wait.
So, that's the only reason why you joined us in...
It's reason enough. You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already...
That's right.
Will you be happy?
It's not about being happy.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay?
Thank you.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings. No. The Grand Bazaar is lively because the people here feel happiness from the That happiness is an emotion that'll be forever. I seem... Oh well.
My lady, the grilled meat over there?
Yes, I also tried some fruit just now. What an amazing place to relax.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy Nilu invited everybody. Oh, now I have the chance to meet all...
Hey, less of that polite chit-chat and more eating and drinking.
The atmosphere here is good. And everything... I don't often come to... I have a lot to handle these days.
There you are. Well, How is it? Are you enjoying the feast today? It's the first time I've ever invited so many. You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'll be happy as long as... I'm honored to have her think of me this way. If I have a chance in the future, I can't explain why, but...
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You wake up one... Of course. Just wake him. It's me. You may blame me for being a bit. The connection between us is amazing. It's like... I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand... Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout. Although you've already helped me with a lot. Please say thank you to everyone for me. But if I just show up, what if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful... Okay. Yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So... I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to... It's me. Huh?
Hold up.
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the
No, of course not. Are you?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes. I already know every one of you.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I... Thank you so much for rescuing me. Even if that meant placing your... Without you, without any of you, had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, people refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. Please, allow me to present...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for...
Dingerzad. The suffering you endured during your...
You don't need to be so ceremonious.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon
You're an Archon, but you act so humble.
I'm honored to have been able to take part...
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means you still... All right, since you're awake now, she should be in the Academia right about now. Traveler and Paimon. What a fantastic night. I'm still... So are we. And that's why... Is there anything you want to know? After recent events, I've given it some thought. But this is definitely not a bad thing. The Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's curiosity, and although people may initially feel a little uncomfortable with the and as for the future of STRIMERA, the former sages have received their punishment. But the new sage, I hope that the new 6th grade sages will be more focused on the other big issue is the people of King Deshret. I've already taken some measures to address this. It will take some time to rebuild everything. You mean, what happened after? You guessed correctly. The top right, however, in spite of the bad situation, I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the notes. I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such... And as the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor... He's still in a coma. I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, don't worry. I'll keep an eye on him. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. His future will be determined. Is that where you're headed next? As far as I know, that nation operates on... Does their Archon... No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, however... Even then, Fossilor will still make herself present as Archon. She still reserves the right to... Anyway, Are you sure? Huh? While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul's... Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Teyvat?
This is true in your case. However, there must be something different about your brother.
What?
There's only one possible explanation.
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your...
According to the record, after the Conria disaster, the Justice's journey was about to reach its conclusion.
What do you mean, Fuzzy?
All I know for sure is that somebody, and whoever it is, if they can do...
But... Even that wouldn't explain how he somehow comes from this world.
Something else I noticed was that according to these records...
What's a descender?
Look, I'm sure you must be curious. A very important part of the intel was about this traveler. You are...
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other descenders before the travel...
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first is... As for the other descenders, I still need to And yet... Even knowing all this, I'm sure there are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time, and soon, you'll also begin your... I'm very interested in your future. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then
I'm sure glad we got to...
The pleasure is all mine. I can't... Alright, that's enough talk for today.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask her a million more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy. Like, about these descenders. So, does that just mean people like you who come traveling to Teyvat from someplace else? And as for your brother... so many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.